to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
It is our great honor to start this demonstration with a message from Palestinian leader Mustafa Barghouti, who is head of the Palestinian National Initiative. Please make some noise.
Dear friends, we thank you for your solidarity. We thank you for your support to our people that we need more than any time before. We ask you to expand and extend this solidarity everywhere. We ask you to pressure your government to stop this unconditional support of the war crimes that Netanyahu and his government are conducting against the Palestinian people. Every minute matters. 3 war crimes are taking place. The crime of collective punishment against the Palestinian people, against 2.3 million people in Gaza. The crime of genocide, with Israeli bombardment, with Israeli airstrikes that are shooting and killing, destroying not only hospitals and universities and houses, but also churches and mosques. And the crime of ethnic cleansing that they are trying to conduct in Gaza, to evict and force people out of Gaza in an act that will make it even worse than the ethnic cleansing that took place in 1948. Pressure your government to stop this war. And we ask you to understand that every minute matters. Every minute that passes, a house is destroyed. So far, Israel has destroyed no less than 80,000 homes and houses of Palestinian people. Every 5 minutes, a Palestinian is killed by Israeli airstrikes. Every 10 minutes, a Palestinian child is killed by this Israeli bombardment. We need your solidarity to stop this war, to stop this atrocity, to stop this aggression on the Palestinian people. Palestinians are not just numbers. Palestinians are men and women and children and brothers and sisters and grandfathers and grandmothers. And they need your solidarity today, not only in Gaza, but also in the West Bank, where Israeli settler terrorists are conducting attacks on Palestinians everywhere, with the protection of the Israeli army that is also committing massacres in the West Bank. I want to assure you that solidarity...
Everyone to wake up to what is happening in occupied Palestine, not only in the last 2 weeks, but for the last 75 years. We need you to wake up, wake up your leaders to what is happening on the ground in Gaza and the occupied Jerusalem and West Bank. Already, we are over 4,300 Palestinians killed. Already, we have seen numerous war crimes as Israel bombards civilian infrastructure. Whole families have been wiped out because of the homes been bombarded as they were sleeping at night. Historic mosques have been bombed. Historic churches have been bombed. On Thursday, an Israeli bomb struck the assembly halls of the Orthodox Church in Gaza, where hundreds of families of civilians were seeking shelter. 18 people of our Christian community, Palestinian Christian community in Gaza were instantly killed, including 10 members of one single family. My friends, this is a war against the Palestinian people. This is a war against humanity. 1 million people have been forced to leave their homes. There is a humanitarian crisis like never before. Oxfam says this is unprecedented, unseen by humanity ever. More than 1,700 children have been slaughtered so far. Let that sink in. 1,700 When Palestinians are under attack, what do we do? When children in Gaza are under attack, what do we do? When people in the West Bank are under attack, what do we do? When Palestinians are under attack, what do we do? When our right to protest is under attack, what do we do? And as loud as you can, when Rishi Sunak goes to Israel to shake hands with Netanyahu, what do we do? Free, free! 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 When I say the names of these war crime supporters, I want you to say shame on you. Rishi Sunak! Suhaila Abramovich!
Proud affiliate of the Palestine Solidarity Campaign in the UK. Please give a very warm welcome to Mr. Nick Whelan.
Thank you, everybody. Solidarity! It's the third time this week I've had to follow the ambassador. But one of the times was far more sombre at a panel at the Labour Party conference where he very quietly spoke about the 60 family he'd lost the day before. The atrocities that have happened. Yet he still stands up for a peaceful solution for Palestinian people and people everywhere. I think we've seen across the world that the enablers are as bad as those who hurt people. We've seen all across the world hundreds of thousands of people like ourselves, ordinary people, seeking justice and peace for Palestine. Then we've seen a change of tone. We saw these politicians saying Israel has a right to defend itself. I walked past every one of those theatres and cinemas and those bookshops today, and we've all seen it on the TV where they hunt down the people who carry out atrocities and bring them to justice. They don't visit on communities, they don't visit on 1 million people, and they don't visit on 500,000 children. And then at the same time, they have their big cabinets and they sit there. And fiction's meant to reflect real life. They talk about proportionate and legitimate responses. Moving 1 million people and hurting people in the West Bank and elsewhere, and sending even more and causing more death. It's neither proportionate or legitimate under international law. We have to call these people out! And then we see them scrabbling around this week. We didn't say that. We said there should be avenues for humanitarianism to be open. Well, that hasn't happened, has it? Those people are still moving. Those people are still being hurt. And we've called out, as a country, other countries that have turned off electricity and water in other conflicts, yet we haven't done it in Palestine. There is a difference in how Palestinians are treated, how they're observed, and how their future is meant to be. We have to change that view. So very simply, colleagues, we'll stand with the Palestinians, they will stand with us, we'll fight together, we'll change our world for future generations, our children, their grandchildren. No more settlements, no more movement, peace, ceasefire and help. Solidarity.
Today, we see that our government has stood with apartheid. Our government has stood on the wrong side of history. All our politicians, or most of our politicians, have decided that they will not take a principled stance. So when someone does, they are courageous. So please, welcome with me, MP for Hayes and Harlington and former Shadow Vice Chancellor, John McDonnell.
I don't want to shout. I want to say something from my heart. There are many people who are not here, and we need to explain to them why we're here. So we're here with a purpose. 5,000 human beings, fellow human beings, Israeli and Palestinian, have been brutally killed in less than 3 weeks. So let's explain to people, we're here to stop the killing. We're here for a reason. Let's explain the reason. Because 75 years ago, a whole people were forced off their land, forced out of their homes, and endured what they described as a catastrophe, the Nakba. And that injustice has been the cause of 3 generations of human suffering. So we're here, let's explain to people, we're here for justice for the Palestinians. We're here because something inside us all told us because we had to be. Because the bombs are still raining on the children of Gaza. The hostages are still being held, and in a few days, we risk a ground invasion which will start with more deaths and suffering on all sides. So we're here because we felt we just couldn't stand by and do nothing. And you know, in the years to come, the children of Gaza will ask us, where were you when we needed you? When whole families were being blown to pieces in their homes and even in their hospitals. When water and food was denied us, and we were thirsty and we were hungry because they blockaded our land. And where war crimes were being committed against us and international humanitarian law was being blatantly ignored. We will tell them it might not seem much, but it was all we could do. In desperation, we joined the biggest peace demonstration in solidarity with the Palestinian people in this country's history. That's what we've done tonight. And when they ask us, where were your political leaders when we needed them, we will say to them, we desperately need them now.